So at the time, it's like, yeah, getting back to that, it's like something was just different this time. And I'm just gonna blame it on that the residual riding Aquarius energy of fuck that shit if I feel wronged. And I just decided that it needed to be addressed. She needed to be addressed. The waitress, the cooks, everybody in there needed to be addressed about the treatment because they all were in on it. You allowed this to happen. And when I did that, I felt so much better. And then I realized, like, wow, like my whole energetic body felt completely in line. And here's the crazy shit. I had an issue with a previous transaction that I had missed work on, not missed work that I had worked or accumulated just to put the time in. I suffered from some fraudulent bullshit. Like they got access to my account and just took the money. And when I put it in dispute, it was just all of this fucking blockages and just resistance. And this was like months ago, and I didn't want to let it go, but it's like always had taken the time out of your day to. Who has time to always be on customer support's ass and also handling your shit and living your life? Sometimes it's just like, if they don't handle it, it's like you're kind of stuck holding the bag. So I felt lighter, and something within my awareness told me to check back on that dispute. And when I called with a much different energy. I can't even really explain it, but my energy felt like I didn't have to worry because I could just by calling that I was going to resolve it. I was going to receive a solution when I called. And not only did I get the money back from the situation that was taken, I got back other money that I wasn't even aware of. And it was just like the mirroring of addressing that and not taking in that energetic energy, and then that mirroring in my physical reality of also being lighter and receiving a reward, aware, noticing and seeing the truth is like full clarity, you know? And during this time, I really feel like a lot of us in the collective are having that same clarity. I hope that, if anything, that we're not turning our heads away from the situation. So I really want to tap into what's in store for us, because we really just entered the Pisces season, and this energy from this portal is really huge. Honestly, even if you weren't necessarily having the most mindfulness about the points leading up to this new moon, a lot of the energy from this had a lot to do with things that you've been wanting and thinking that necessarily weren't available to you, or you've been doing the work for a long time and you hadn't necessarily seen a shift or a change in the effort put in versus what you're getting out of it. And a lot of you are finally either connecting the dots, or a big break has come in the form of a message or news about a shift that's going to take you or elevate you out of your current circumstances and give you the tools. I feel a lot of tools coming. I feel a lot of missing tools, like you've been working without like a third, like you've been working with 3 wheels, or you've been trying to actually just upgrade the technology that you have. So, and speaking of technology, with Aquarius entering Pluto entering Aquarius soon, it isn't surprising that we're going to see major shifts and transformations in technological advancements. But also because Pluto deals with our unknown and the fear, you may be seeing a lot of fear surrounding technology and AI and revolts and things of that nature. But I say that to say that you're going to see, we're experiencing during this time with this new moon Pisces, because this residual energy is actually starting to snowball into that. With this new moon Pisces, there's this need within our awareness to upgrade our technology. Like, we've been looking for the tools, the missing tools. A lot of the Aquarius season, we were looking for those missing pieces, when and how, for it to connect the dots so we could bring the underdog up. So now we feel like we have a lot of the clarity on all the things that we need to finally make that pivot, that real pivot. We're not the underdog anymore. Like, it's time for like a real pivot. I want to pull from the Sacred Care message, because it's good to feel that divine feminine. It's good to feel like, okay, I feel this within my awareness, but now what can I do actively within my physical reality to shift these subtle energies? Sometimes when we're doing this spiritual walk, this religious walk, or just walking within our life path, when we feel these subtle energies and we're not feeling something tangible, we don't always know how to influence it, and how what we're influencing on the subtle energy in is being mirrored within our physical reality. So this Pisces new moon is a great time to be tapping into your faith and the things that you sometimes don't get the evidence that you need, other than trust and the feelings and connecting with yourself, to actually tap into. Now is a great time to tap back into yourself if you have not been spending time with yourself. If you tap into the wisdom of the Pisces new moon, you've been feeling the shifts to feeling the changes. What is it that you deserve during this time? What is it that you feel full circle that is now coming into your awareness without a shadow of a doubt? What was that missing thing that you needed to know that has kept you held back? And now it's time for a new beginning. The first and the last is always the truest wisdom that goes with the way. Pisces is the last, but it's also the first. What is it that makes so much more sense now? What is it that you were needed? What is it that your heart, as it connects with the moon, that you're feeling during this time? What is it trying to communicate if your heart can have words? I know you feel your heart activate. I know you feel that vibration. It's basically expanding. It's not beating. It's just this set expansion. You feel that. That's called impact. The deeper aspect of the heart chakra is impact, because the heart chakra is the element of wind. So wind is movement. A lot of us aren't moving because we're not in our hearts. A lot of us are numb in our hearts. A lot of us are emotionless. Pisces is coming back during this time to remind you to activate. Pisces is a water sign. Emotions resides in the sacral chakra. Emotions, we have to tap back in. We've either corrupted our emotions, or we've told ourselves that when we have emotions, we take them in the wrong direction. And then when they get to the heart, we're steered off, and then we end up getting hurt because we're not taking that time to really discern what these emotions are trying to communicate. We're not listening to our bodies. We feel emotions, and then we just tell ourselves, oh shit, nope, that's that bullshit that got me fucked up. But your emotions are trying to communicate with you. What are your emotions trying to say? If you don't listen to your emotions in your body, then you don't know what your body's trying to tell you. You just are traumatized by emotions, period, and aren't realizing that emotions are trying to communicate. That's like being afraid of language because you heard a lot of bad words. Just stop listening to the bad words. Don't stop speaking. Don't stop having emotions. Don't stop having a heart. Pisces is so expansive that the waters have knowledge and boundaries into areas. On the metaphysical waters, the psychic waters of Pisces are so vast that there's a range of emotions that some of you have never even tapped into or given enough acknowledgement to, that you even knew that that was a degree or a sensitivity.